This is Travis with Rick and Jacob, and we are talking toast, episode 6. Today is December the 17th. Christmas season is upon us, and it's Christmas season for everybody in free agency except for the Cincinnati Reds. Big news that dropped today. Dansby Swanson, the heir to the Swanson TV dinner empire. Went to the Cubs 7 years, $177 million, and I just completely corpsed whenever I seen Jacob's face. All right, so we got the TV dinner prince going to the Cubs. 7 years, $177 million. Somebody was going to get him. He's a good ball player. What do y'all think about that?
Wow.
Yeah, I know, right?
Atlanta, what are you doing?
Well, they done got their World Series quota for the decade, right? So they ain't gotta try it no more.
What's a World Series?
I mean, it sounds like they go in debt to build a team that can win one, and then
Win
after
one,
that,
and then they give them all away.
well, I mean, it's happened with the Red Sox, right? If you look at their history over the past, I'm not going to say decade, but maybe, maybe,
Yeah, I'd say last decade because the last time they won one was what, 16?
yeah. So I mean, and maybe that was an accident. Maybe not quite a decade. But they seriously have had some missteps with a lot of their homegrown players, I believe. And I'm not really quite sure why. For me, I'm of the thought process that if your team is generating X amount of money per year, then I think it's fair that you would take X amount of money and invest that into your on the field product. Um, and from a smaller ball club, being a Reds fan, like that's something that I don't see happen. For bigger cities, I don't see why that doesn't happen. So what are y'all's thoughts on that? Like how much, if never mind cost, just 100% profit after you pay all your bills. What percentage? What
They under
percentage?
they underpaid Swanson. They got. I'm gonna tell you something. Dansby Swanson has been a thorn in the red side for many years.
Hmm.
Now he really gets to do it all year
Oh yeah.
for 7 years. But I won't trash Swanson as a ball player because he's good.
Oh, he's
They
definitely
under
good.
they underpaid him. Whoever Swanson agent is, he's smacked in the mouth.
I'd agree with that, especially for letting him sign with the Cubs. Um,
Well, the Reds ain't gonna try nothing.
well, I mean, there's always hope, right? And I think for me that's about the only position that they don't struggle with depth at, right? Since most of the minor league club is good at the shortstop, third base kind of. Or am I wrong about that?
Ah, hell, you don't need a first baseman when Votto retires.
Listen, I'm all for moving people around. I'd be okay with moving Stevenson to first base, and if you would get somebody back like Barnhart or one of those people, I think that's a good get and that's a good move around.
If they would sign Barnhart, you could easily put Barnhart at first, or you can put Stevenson at first, but you're not going to put Stevenson at first right now because he's still young and his knees aren't shot.
Right.
Barnhart's knees, I feel, are shot.
So is it his knees or his bat that keep him from being a person that people would definitely sign day one free agency?
Dude, Barnhart,
Yeah.
it's bat.
Yeah. And I like him for his defense better than his bat. I mean, statistically, that's what he's good at. But I think in a ballpark like Great American Ballpark, the average isn't everything. I think there's been plenty of times in the past he's came through whenever they needed him to. Um, why haven't they re-signed him yet?
Who wants to answer this one?
If I could quote Rick, because the ownership doesn't spend money.
So is it Bob or Phil?
What is a general manager? I like Nick Kroll. I'm not mad at the decisions he's made. I'm pissed off that he traded Suarez. That was stupid. But in return, he got a very good return, which is something the Reds don't often do. Now, what you do, get rid of Phil. Phil is an issue. You put him in the back burner and you move Kroll up to Phil's position, and then you sign freaking Theo Epstein.
Ooh.
Because you know what? Theo Epstein at the end of last season was on quote because he's working for Major League Baseball. He said, "I'm bored."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he did say that. And we had a conversation at dinner earlier. We were actually talking about sports and
Ooh.
salaries and those kind of things. And our kid pointed out that soccer per person probably has some of the best salaries out there for professional sports. And I still would have picked baseball. For me, it's a summer sport, and you get to go play 3 games here, 2 games there, 5 games here, 3 games there. Um, and it's always been fun, and I am older, so that is my kind of thing. Um,
Now, soccer's not. Jacob will tell you. Jacob can confirm this. I'm not a soccer. I hate soccer. I don't
I
know why. I don't get into it. But the reason why soccer players are paid as well as they are, and Jacob can correct me, is because they don't play 162 games. They play all year. They don't stop.
no,
There's maybe get a month off.
they
Like
do
right now,
play.
the Premier League starts what next week, Jacob?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
They don't get a break. Them guys are beating the dog piss out of each other to kick a ball down the field into net. I'm not mad they make millions.
Right, and I'm not either. And I bring that up to get to this point. Um, what would you all think if the worst team in minor league or the worst team in Major League Baseball, and
Who,
I guess that would be the
who the
Pirate.
Athletics?
Well, either the Athletics, the Pirates, or the Reds, right? If you finish last out of all 30 teams, how would you feel if that team had to go down to AAA and whoever had the best record in AAA baseball got to take that 30th spot in Major League Baseball?
See, you can't do that though. That's the thing is you can't do that because
Well, yeah.
then you jack everything up. But what
Would and I guess I say all that to ask this. Would that keep people from tanking or almost tanking on
hell no. Let
purpose?
me tell you something what Major League Baseball needs to do. Look at both of you smiling because you know I'm about to go on a rant.
Yep.
Major League Baseball. I don't give. Sorry, YouTube, Spotify. I don't give a shit who you are. Major League Baseball needs to make them spend the money. They have the money. Spend it.
Okay. So going back to something that I said at the beginning, what's the percentage? What's the percentage of total profit that you made last year that you need to minimally spend across the board for your on the field assets?
Okay, so not to put this into anything, Jacob knows I play MLB The Show 22 like every day. The only mode I'll play on that's franchise just because I can. Right now I'm with the Athletics. I mean shit, the Cardinals. I just won a World Series, and you can ask Jack. I just spent literally every day. I have maybe $12 million in surplus.
I, sir, have six. I have six. But I also did a fun thing with MLB The Show. I don't know if you all have messed around with the custom teams or not on there. Um, there's
Oh,
enough
that's right
room.
tonight.
There's enough room on the game that you can replace every Major League Baseball team with a custom team for your franchise mode. So I've got,
How the hell do I do that?
oh, it's a lot of work, but I did spend about 2 nights doing it. And I will say that I am in charge of the Charleston Dirty Birds. There are the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs and a lot of the Atlantic League teams on there. If you go into the vault and start searching for those teams, you can download the graphics for the jerseys and the hats and everything, right? And then after I cherry picked the Atlantic League, I went through and I got the Y'alls from Florence. I got the Chicago Dogs on there. A little bit of everybody from Indy and minor league baseball. So there is not a major league team that exists in my franchise mode anymore. Um, and that has made it all the more fun because when the Long Island Ducks re-sign Aaron Judge for a bunch of money. It don't hurt my feelings none. And it doesn't cause me to cuss the Yankees as much, right? I'm like, good for them, good for the Ducks. They did good. So that's something that's a little bit fun. That I know that's not anywhere our discussion was going to go this evening, but just so you know, if you search Dirty Birds on there, they're going to pop up. Um, if you search any indie minor league teams on there, they're going to pop up. I know the minor league teams already exist on there. So for me, turning New York into the Bronx Bombers, um, I think I took the NL Central and made most of them the Atlantic League, just so it'd be fair. Um, so I mean, it has been quite the experience, and it's made playing the game much more enjoyable. So for me, um, just so you know, go search on the vault and you'll get all kinds of ideas. I like messing around with it just to see what kind of jersey designs and stuff people come up with because I'm that kind of nerd, right? So speaking of nerds and jerseys, and I ain't calling Jacob a nerd, but I did notice that he was wearing a purple West Virginia Power jersey. And Jacob, when did they do that? What did they do that for?
It was an Alzheimer's awareness jersey, and this is actually game worn. It was Carlos Munoz's.
That's
Oh, I
awesome.
love Munoz.
That's awesome.
It's for what 2017, I think.
The year we were Toast Section Rookies of the Year. That's another story for another time.
Well, and for me, I think it kind of hits on something we were talking about last time, or the past couple of shows. We've been talking about different merchandise and different one-off or alt jerseys and things like that. I think any kind of specialty jersey they can do in any kind of baseball for mental health awareness and other types of diseases that really don't get a whole lot of spotlight shown on them, I think would be fantastic. I'd be all about some purple Charleston Dirty Birds jerseys for Alzheimer's awareness. I think that'd be awesome. I can see Dusty in purple, right? He might look like Grimace a little bit, but it'd look good.
Be all right.
My other note that I got, besides Swanson, we got JD Martinez to the Dodgers, 1 year, 10 million.
10 Milo.
Is that a good get for the Dodgers?
I think they had no choice because I think, and I'll have to dig into this more. I think if you have over like 15 years of major league experience, or like 10 or 15, you automatically get a set salary.
Ooh.
But I'm not sure on that. I think I'm wrong, but I have to dig into it.
No, they probably have I don't necessarily know that it's a rule, but it might be an unwritten rule about something like that.
Yeah, well, I'll
Um,
tell you, no, I ain't paying JD Martinez 10 million. Hell no.
Speaking about paying people more than 10 million, Moustakis. What we've been hearing.
Trade rumors are circling with Moosey Moose.
Everybody's excited. What have we heard?
I heard there's 3 players so far that I've seen. One is Hyunjin Ryu, however the hell you say that. I think it's Hyunjin Ryu. Toronto's pitcher. And Kansas City's Hunter Dozier. Oh, and Arizona, Mad Bum.
Ooh,
I wouldn't be mad if we got Madison Bumgarner.
no.
I'd be a little mad if we got Hyunjin Ryu. I don't like him. And not because of his name, because he's a bad pitcher.
I wouldn't be upset if somebody just take him and then we would get a player to be named later or cash. And that's just me. Like you go ahead and take on the money and then like send us your worst person that we could stick in double A somewhere and let's call it a day.
They're not going to though, because nobody's going to eat that $22 million.
That's a lot of money to eat. That's the contract it came with, right? Like we didn't do that.
No, we did. We signed him 4 years, $64 million. The Castellini.
Why would they do that? We're still paying
'Cause,
Griffey like we're still paying Griffey like 3.2, 3.5.
Hell, at least we're not like Baltimore and have to pay Chris Davis like $10 million for the next 5 years.
or the Mets and Bobby Bonilla, right? Bobby Bonilla
Bobby
Day happened.
Bonilla. Bobby
he
Bonilla Day.
he still gets paid the most, I think, out of anybody that decided to defer. And I think it's going to be that way until like 2032, maybe.
Yep.
That's wonderful for him. And I guess Steve Cohen can afford it. So, congratulations to him. That's all I got with the free agency, Major League Baseball rumors. I did see something on Twitter before we hopped on here,
Hold
and
on. The Reds are, just to let you know, I completely forgot. The Reds are that close to inking Cueto.
good. I hope it's
Hey,
not for Mr.
Cueto, if you watch this, it's time to come home. I've missed you the last 10 years.
Come home, Johnny Baseball. Well, where you gonna have to get a different nickname because I call India that now. But yeah, we miss Cueto. Cueto, I was disappointed when he left, and I will be tickled if we get him back. Right before we jumped on here, Twitter, I seen that Billy Goat,
Ellie Goat.
Billy Horn, made a tweet about some Dirty Bird news, and it looks like we have gotten Zeke Carrera to sign a contract for this season coming up. Ezekiel Carrera is about my age. He's actually a little bit younger than me, so that's good news for us because my knees are garbage. He debuted in 2011 for the Cleveland Indians. Played until 2017. Finished his MLB stint with Toronto. MLB career, lifetime batting average 262, 305 hits, almost 20 bombs, almost 100 RBIs, almost 100 walks. How you guys feeling about Zeke Carrera playing for the Dirty Birds this year?
I'm excited to see how he plays in Charleston. I was looking at his Twitter, and it's been very inactive since.
Hold on. What? Probably not. Anywho,
It's all good, Jack. It happens to me all the time. So Zeke's been inactive on Twitter for a little bit.
since 2017, it looks like.
Hmm.
And I don't know that he's done much within baseball since then.
He probably has with the Dominican League or some stuff like that.
Actually, I do have a little bit of an update on that. I scrolled down MLB.com. Thank goodness. 2019, he played from 17 to 19 with the Oklahoma City Dodgers, and then 2019 he played with the Long Island Ducks. And then it looks like he played um, some baseball, um, Mexico maybe. So I'm excited. I'm excited. He stayed active, so he's still in shape. Um, and if he was playing for the Long Island Ducks not that long ago, then I think it's at least is going to be on par with the rest of the Atlantic League as far as performance goes. And I think that might actually help out a lot of the young players that we end up having on our team. So maybe a little bit of a veteran presence on the team would be, so I think it's positive. Um, and I'm also looking forward to what kind of cheers that the toast section is going to have to cheer on Zeke whenever he's batting. I know Rod's always good with stuff like that. He's creative, and I'm looking forward to seeing Zeke this year. So we got about 5 minutes left, and last time I was going to show you guys a City Connect ish. Not, I'd prefer Nike not sue me, but a City Connect lock jersey for maybe the Charleston Dirty Birds, just a little bit of a mock-up of something that might be fun for us to look at or pursue in the future. So I'm going to share my screen and we're going to jump into Photoshop. And for the photo editors out there that use Photoshop or the digital illustrators, don't judge me because my Photoshop's old. I'm old. So we're going to look at this and I believe this was the jersey that I was trying to show you guys.
Ooh.
Oh la
So,
la.
so I don't know how accurate the skyline is, but we do have the Capitol center chest in the skyline, along with the bridge over on McCorkle, the bank building with the flag on top of it, and a couple other things that kind of denote the Charleston skyline. I did go with the Charlie West name, and I know that is more of a nickname for the west side of Charleston, but I also think it's kind of appropriate because looking at Charleston and this skyline, it would be more from the west end than anything. So, what do you guys think about this one? Is this a keep working, or kill it?
That is a keep for me.
That is a Dirty Birds. You better do it.
Y'all gonna have to tell me if there's something you don't like. So anyway, next one, y'all just buttering people up. The next one kind of matches my hats. It's the official league Charleston Dirty Birds hat that official league came out with last year. They do a lot of drops. They do a lot of corduroy and things like that, old school hats. This is a jersey that let me make this a little bit bigger. This is a jersey I made to match the hat that official league came out with. I didn't do the dynamite box around the Charleston Dirty Birds lettering, but I did try to match it in color and make it plain. I think it's missing a little bit something. What we need on that? Do we need
You need the flying toast.
we need the flying toast on there?
Absolutely.
And I would think the Dirty Birds would encourage me maybe to put Dusty on there somewhere since they did go through all the trouble of rebranding with Dusty. Maybe that's something I'm gonna keep working on. The
I'll
last
say
one,
even maybe even some like pinstripes to make it look like the box itself.
ooh, ooh. I'm a sucker for the pinstripes. Um, I'll mess around with some pinstripes some more. So the last one I got is an 80s throwback. I think K City was a nickname for Charleston that I'd mentioned before. Canal City it's more um, I think East End, maybe if I've got my directions right, toward McCorkle and not necessarily over the river into the part of the city where the ballpark lives, but it's definitely right by what used to be Wat Powell Park. And for me, anytime I hear K City or Canal City, I always think about the old Canal City Mall, right? So for me, I had to do a video game
Yes.
1980s K City
He's
kind of
back.
kind of throwback. It's a little bit of food court, it's a little bit of arcade mashed together. Um, what do we think about this one
I like it. It reminds me of the old Dixie styrofoam cups you'd get at the pop fountain.
with the green and the purple swoosh in between it, right?
Yes,
And that was what I was going for with the blue, and then the orange. For me, if we're keeping Dirty Bird colors, just toss some orange soda on it. So for me, that was my idea with this one. So we keeping this one, we killing it. We're gonna keep working at it.
I'd keep that one.
Cool.
I don't think there's much you could add to it to make it any better than what it already is, personally.
Well, if I put the Mario coin on there anywhere, like Nintendo's going to break my legs or something, right? So,
I was gonna say you could put maybe like the little box from Mario, like little bricks, and then like Dusty like breaking it.
doing. Uh, all right, fellas, we got less than a minute left. So, what are we going to talk about next time? Who knows?
Who knows?
Who knew?
Who knows?
Depending on the day, we might be able to get Rick's bleep 'em in.
Maybe. Maybe we'll work on Rick's bleep 'em list. So until next time, you all, this is the Toasty Boys. Have a good weekend.
You are toast. All of you.
All of you.
All no.